High-stress jobs like being in the military or being a first responder, they can come with a big emotional cost. One of the ways that they are de-stressing, woosah, in our community is by having homing pigeons, racing pigeons. Janet Dame is the Alabama coordinator for the Racing Pigeons for Military Veterans Project, and she is in the studio with us today. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness. You know, one of the first things, and I mentioned this to her, when I think of pigeons, don't get mad, I think of those dirty, stinky birds downtown that if you get too close to the post office, they swoop down and they want to try to bite you in the head. But these are a different breed of pigeons?
They're probably the same breed, but it's like feral dogs and feral cats as opposed to the pet in your home. These birds are bred specifically
you can
for...
pick yours up, yeah.
These birds are bred specifically for racing and homing abilities. Some of these birds can fly, their average speed is probably 55, 60 miles an hour. They have been clocked at over 90 miles an hour.
I was reading that birds helped us in wars.
Yes.
By delivering messages.
They did. B.F. Skinner also during the end of, I believe, World War II, actually tried to train pigeons to steer missiles.
Oh, wow.
It was close enough to the end of the war that they didn't carry through with it.
But he thought about it, huh?
He thought about it, and they were almost successful. Pigeons are very intelligent.
What is it about birds that will help someone who has emotional issues, maybe PTSD, things they want to forget? What is it about caring for birds that helps them?
I think it gives them a purpose. The noise that these birds make, and these guys are a little frightened by the cameras and lights, so they're quiet, but they make a cooing noise. For me personally, just sitting and watching the birds, just be pigeons. Like I said, it gives them something to do.
You name them? You get close to your
some
birds?
of them are named. Yes, we have some favorites. The one in here sitting on the perch now, his name is Joe.
Hey, Joe.
He was named after a friend who passed away recently. And in that cage, you have a blue, a white, and a red. Red, white, and blue for the 4th of July.
Wow. Now, when veterans come, can you tell me a story? Have you seen anyone who's come in and you could tell that they were a little agitated or stressed, and they've been with the organization a while, and you know that this is helping?
Unfortunately, I'm not. The organization is fairly new. They just started in the beginning of this year, but I have had veterans themselves. There are several in our club. One young man told me that he does less alcohol when he's with his birds.
That's enough.
It is, and it does help calm and relax him.
How much is the startup for somebody who's watching and says, I think my dad needs a hobby?
Like any hobby, whether it's Little League for children or anything else, there is an initial cost. The biggest cost will be a place to keep the birds. You don't want to keep these guys in your house. They have a coating on their feathers called feather dust, and it covers everything. So you want them outside, and they can tolerate the heat, they can tolerate the cold. The red bird in there came from Northwest Indiana. And spent the winter outside.
You know what? There was just coincidentally one of these birds that sold for an awful lot of money recently at an auction. Do you remember? Was it like $1 million?
It was. Her name was New Kim. I believe she sold in China, but she sold for $1.9 million.
She was super fast, huh?
She was fast. Wow. And it's like racehorses. Her breeding rights to that bird, she'll continue to make money long after she's gone. For her owners.
How are you hoping that this organization is going to grow? You say it hasn't been here that long,
right? But
it's all over the country, and even the veterans' children are invited to participate. Huh?
Yes, this is definitely a family hobby. We are in the process of collecting birds at the Founders Home in San Antonio. He's going to breed birds with pedigrees, like racehorses, and then they'll be distributed to veterans that are interested in this project. And getting word out through people like you.
Yeah, I wanted to, this is the holidays. This is about our veterans and
Freedom, yeah.
Do you need anyone who's willing to give money or to give time? Because are the birds expensive?
We will gift birds, which means the pedigree
Excellent.
birds that are coming from the breeder will be given to a veteran. Now, there are some qualifications. You need to have a place to put the bird. And if you don't have any experience with pigeons, then we'll try and hook you up with a mentor in the area with a local club.
Well, thank you so much for being with us. And does that bird have a name?
This bird does not. This bird actually came from Chicago. She flew in a race in Chicago.
I'm going to call him Pretty. That's a pretty bird. Okay.
This is a girl.
Okay, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you very much.
Well, coming up on midday, there's something foul in the Chattahoochee right now, a raw sewage spill causing a lot of trouble. We're going to tell you what happened. And lots of folks binge watching today, and one of their favorite topics, sharks. So let the Shark Fest begin.